Hello everyone, welcome back to the TJOmega channel for day 1787 of our daily content grind. I'm back. I am officially back from MetroCon vacation. Hold your applause. I know. But we have news roundup to do, and I couldn't leave you with like a pre-recorded video for Monday. We have to do the news coverage on a Monday, so you're all caught up on your Transformers news. So I basically just ran in here, threw my stuff on the ground, and I started recording. Look. I'm still not unpacked. So let's see everything that I missed while I was out of town. So we don't have like a massive like reveal or anything. There was an interview that came out on TFW 2005 that had a ton of info from the Transformer team. We're going to cover that at some point this week. For now, we're just going to do just like a lot of toy reveal stuff. But I thought I would lead with the announcement that Gary Chalk would be attending TFCon Orlando 2026. Number one, pretty sure I'm going to make it to that con. It was a little dicey at first, but yeah, it does look like I will be there. But more importantly, because of his cancer diagnosis and subsequent victory over cancer, I am actually thrilled that he will be able to make a trip like that in order to see us in Orlando. Absolutely fantastic news. We love to see it, and I am very, very excited to see Gary again. Now, let's get into some toy stuff. So, if you were lucky enough to get one of the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, you might have been able to experience one of these for yourself. I have a friend who normally grabs them for me, but apparently that blaster was so freaking popular, he could not get me one. So, congratulations to everyone who did score one. But we had this exclusive as well, which is the Legacy United Optimus Prime in cartoon accurate colors, which I kind of think defeats the point. But this is the cereal box backed one. So I thought let's take a look at this and see how it turned out. I mean, it does look like a nice repaint. They actually painted the Matrix on this one because they had a convention exclusive budget. And overall, yeah, like it still looks fine. Like this is still a neat figure as like we have Missing Link at home. It's this jazz. It's this like Danny DeVito proportion jazz that makes me laugh so much. So it comes from the same design ideal of let's make a modern figure that is styled and proportioned like the original toy, but let's also scale it to that Optimus Prime. So what you get is a squat core class jazz that is hysterical. The trailer, to my knowledge, is just the G1 trailer. And yeah, I mean, they didn't do anything to it. It's just a flat black trailer, with the exception of the decals on the sides, which, yeah, just gigantic Transformers logos. If they had done something a little bit more original with that, I think I would have been more down for this. Like if I were to have gone for this, it would have just been for that tiny little jazz, and that's a silly reason for an exclusive of this price. The packaging is fun, at least. It does look like a nice little set. Yeah, see, that's why Jazz had to be small. He has to fit inside the trailer. You'd be surprised if you've never actually picked up a year one G1 toy. You'd be shocked at how small they actually were. But no, it's a fun looking set. It's a fun looking set, and the way it was packaged was really, really interesting and different. Yeah. Congratulations for those who managed to get your San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. Let us take a look at a much bigger figure, which is the new Commander Jetfire. People are getting this one in hand, so we're going to take a look at a few more photos of this really quick. We got a pretty good look at it last week, so I'm not going to dwell on this too much. Suffice to say, it's still looking pretty good. Shuttle mode looks pretty solid with all the redundant wings. We have our Minicons, which, again, kind of look like the original Minicons. They don't have a whole lot added to them, except, okay, we have ankle tilt. One of them gained ankle tilt. But for the most part, it feels like they just remade the old Minicons, which I guess isn't terribly a bad thing. Kind of, technically. They still look good. Still looks like a fun set. There's a good comparison. There's a good comparison with the last space shuttle we got. Well, the last, like, pure space shuttle. I'm not Don't tell me about that Astro Train. You've been over that Astro Train. Jetfire looking good, looking clean in the robot mode. I like how all that crumples up and makes a nice solid back. Yeah, he does look good. He does look good. Considering everything he has to do to become a set of legs, he looks exceptionally good. So this is the part where I had to tell everyone who was like holding off on that Armada Nemesis Prime they did as a ridiculously expensive exclusive from Pulse. This toy coming out means that you're going to have a spare set of legs. So you're going to need an Optimus Prime with no trailer. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Looks good. It actually looks kind of like long-legged in here. Like, I don't remember it looking that way previously. I'm not sure if they mistransformed it here or if the last one I saw was mistransformed. And there we have the Requiem Blaster combined. So that still looks good. Still like this. I am looking forward to this figure. I am, because that Armada Prime is really good. This has to be good as a follow-up. Let's talk about a not as good Optimus Prime. So here we go with the Age of Extinction Optimus Prime from Studio Series. And I have my issues with this figure, which we're going to go over if you have not heard them before. If you have heard them before, I apologize. I'm about to get repetitive. So yeah, it's supposed to represent how he first looked in Age of Extinction when he was still in like hiding. This is evasion mode, Optimus Prime technically. But frankly, this feels like an inferior version. Now, the original Voyager class toy is phenomenal. It's an exceptionally good toy. And it only gets better when they made the legendary version from Takara, which is leader class scale, but still had the same engineering. And it was really, really good engineering. Here, we've got a giant panel on the back, which that alone goes against how smooth the original transformation was. The original transformation had a clean back, like the entire torso turned inside out to transform. You didn't have the arm kibble. You didn't have this big panel on the back. So that's a little bit unfortunate. It's not quite as smooth. It's doing similar engineering. That's really the only way to make this transformer work. But for the most part, I don't really like how they executed this. So for me, like in the vehicle mode, here, I'll do this. In the vehicle mode, you can see how all the paint is weathered, and like that actually looks appropriate. But in robot mode, he really did need like the kind of scuffs and wear that you would see on like a Siege figure. That would have sold this more than just pale red, pale blue, and that's it. You know, like very little showing you like the actual wear and tear he had in the movie at the time. It's, I don't know, it feels like an inferior version to a toy that was already really good the first time they did it. So that's the issue there. And now here's going to be this is going to be a weirdly divisive one. So, 86 Cyclonus. So the original was the Kingdom release, and I already praised that one as being genuinely one of the best Transformers I've ever experienced. Also, how dare this photographer transform it incorrectly? Fold those wings up, sir. So, this one is heavily re-engineered. The legs are now longer, and they have a pin in them to hold them at the knee rather than the original, which was just a double hinge to go into the leg. That was the one like real flaw I could find to the original toy. Everything else on here, so like waist up, everything is the same except for the head. The head has been resculpted to be more cartoon accurate, and that is all well and good. He still does look very, very good. Like the Kingdom one is really, really good, but it's one of those color schemes where you don't realize like the color scheme you really wanted until someone gives it to you. I had the same thing happen with 86 Galvatron. And yeah, this looks better. This undoubtedly looks better. There is a downside to this. So we get a taller figure with better leg transformation, you know, so it's a little bit more secure. We do get the colors from the movie, and that's great. Then there is this. In order to facilitate the new engineering on the legs, we have lost the panels that form the back thrusters in the jet mode. And that is really annoying and frustrating. Like even from the top view, you can tell there is something missing. That's not great. So I don't know if that is a like a budgeting thing where they had to like just take a few pieces out, or if the new engineering just prevented that piece from existing. Whatever it is, it's like a really weird blemish on what is otherwise an upgrade to what is already one of the better toys I've had in the last few years. I'm genuinely not sure what to make of this. I mean, I'll probably get it because it would be weird to have like looking at like bright purple Cyclonus over there is like, yeah, I kind of prefer this like closer to indigo color. But yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about the sacrifices here. Okay, let's take a look at Joyride. We've seen Joyride a few times before, so these are the not rad pictures, so they're always going to be good pictures. I have already criticized how silly it is to turn a Target Master into a Power Master, so we're not going to go into that. I will say the toy's winning me over a little bit more. I mean, for the sake of completing a G1 lineup, I will probably get him at some point. He's just not a very high priority. It's the sure shot mold in the first place, which is already not a very high up mold on my priority list. Yeah, I mean, I like the bright colors. I like I like the teal to the red, like this. Color wise, this is growing on me, so I will give it that. I don't know. It's a nice figure to come around. It's nice that we're actually getting some Power Masters. Let's go over to Takara, where we have some brand new Wild King W figures. So we've got Hydrophant returning with an electric version, looking very, very nice in the two-tone yellow and electric blue. Still does everything the Hydrophant mold did before. It's got the axe tail, it's got the head that has the two removable tusk guns. It just now has a lightning element to it rather than the original. I've heard, now I will say, I'm starting to hear weird things about how Rexblade turned out, which is unfortunate because it still looks really, really cool. And I would still really love to be able to get more of these without importing being just a complete nightmare right now. But on the opposite side, we have the, which was this? This was Gaia Knuckle. The names in this line are fascinating. So it's a Captain Volca retool, and now it's a Patchy Cephalosaurus. It's the Headbutter. I believe keeping the same flame element. No, it's Gaia. It's ground element now. Sheesh. It's orange and red. I'm sorry. Let's get a little bit backwards. It's not a bad retool. I mean, it's not the most wowing kind of impressive. I think because everyone else in this line tended for more like bright colors, but this one went for like a subdued brown. And this one just kind of looks like, yeah, I think Packy could have been in this color. I think this could have been a realistic color for him. I don't know. I still really like that this line is continuing. I still really love what it does. Yeah, I just wish it was easier to get a hold of is all. Hey, Hasbro, import it, please. This is what we have instead. Cyber World Ultimate Cyber Changer, Air and Sea Starscream. Yeah, Air and Sea. Starscream is a triple changer once again for the first time since Cloud. And this time we have a strikingly familiar jet mode. Now let's get this straight. I'm not crazy about the robot mode in general. It looks like a cartoon character where you like bonk their head down into their torso with a mallet. And that is because this is a retool of Megatron's Last Night quick change figure. So this is already on a low note. I would think by the stacks and stacks of those G2 colored Megatron repaints, the ones that are like retooled from Hound, I would have thought they might have figured out nobody wants this. We don't want like super old molds retooled, like the super cheap old molds retooled into super cheap new molds. And then here is like, okay, here's your sea mode. So here's your boat mode Starscream. It's literally just the wings have been folded up and now the null rays have been repositioned to be skis. And that's it. That's your triple changer. Hey, you want more aquatic transformers? There you go. There you go. I don't know. The ultimate changers have actually been like kind of like fun. in like a weird experimental way. It's unfortunate to see them like backtrack like this. If no, or if I'm thinking the same line, this might be the same size class as that Megatron I'm thinking of. So if I'm thinking I'm probably thinking of the wrong one here. Difficult. We don't ever get press releases or any info on these, so you know it's kind of hard to just guess from a first glance. But no, it looks like it's the same size as the aforementioned Megatron retool. This ain't it. This ain't it. I like when Cyberworld does weird stuff, but not like this. Not like rehashing the old figures. This was a surprise. So, do you remember Powerplex? So, for those who were not familiar, the Battersea Power Plant, the one in the UK that got turned into like a big shopping facility. Yeah, they have a permanent Transformer store, and that now includes their mascot Powerplex, which is, you know, the power plant transformed like Metroplex. Well, he's getting a toy. He is actually getting a toy, which is crazy. It's crazy that, like, I mean, it's an official store, so I guess you do put out a toy for that, right? So here's your more information. There's also a comic book coming in order to tell the story of the character. I think we knew that one already, though. We are starting to show some covers of it being penned by Simon Furman. And yeah, we got tons of exclusive covers to it. I assume some of this will be like pin-up or poster. Cover illustration by Guido Guidi. I like seeing that. Nick Roche, good names attached to this. Andrew Wildman, good names attached to this. But we also have a prototype. So this is actually being done by Yolo Park. The AMK Pro series is doing Powerplex as a buildable model kit figure. Here is how he looks. Well, some internal details. If you want to see exactly how he is engineered. All the yellow parts are going to be in die-cast metal. You can see most of it goes down to the lower end, which is good. Not crazy about the shoulders, but you can see that like the joint itself is going to be metal, which is good. Yeah, this is fascinating. This is absolutely fascinating. It feels like a fan character is getting an official toy, right? Even though this is official. This is genuinely official. It's not a fan-created store. This is cool, though. I'm really glad to see that their own like personal mascot in fiction made it this far. Yeah, and it looks good. It's a good-looking character. Okay, a little bit of a downer note. So if you've been enjoying Transformers Tactical Arena, it is officially shutting down. It's already been removed from the App Store and Google Play. You cannot download it. No new players can be gained. Premium purchases are shut off, so none of the microtransactions or currencies in the game can be gained. And then the servers go down November 9th. So if you have been playing it or you have it downloaded already and you just have been putting it off, you got a few months to enjoy the game before it gets cut completely. Okay, let's take a look at a little bit more Yolo Park news. So they showed off their IIES Optimus Prime from the 07 movie. IIES is their 2-foot tall scale. It's the largest figures Yolo Park makes. Having been hands-on before with the Optimus Prime they did from the Bumblebee movie, these things are incredibly intense, exceptionally heavy, and ludicrously detailed. Like, it is genuinely shocking how much work and effort goes into those toys. And the fact they're going to attempt to recreate the 07 design is madness. Like the Bumblebee one had so many moving parts. There's so many moving parts. There's armor that is magnetically attached. There's lights. There is gearing gimmicks. Like it's all out. It's absolutely ridiculous. This has promise to it. If you are a Bayverse fan and you want the iconic Optimus Prime from the first movie in the best way you could possibly have it as a standalone figure with no robot, with no vehicle mode, but dead on accuracy. So I'm really excited to see how this is going to turn out. If you want to talk IIES, we have actually technically covered IIES on this channel. I did the Optimus Primal review for Yolo Park once upon a time. That will give you an idea. If you remember that video, that'll give you an idea of just how intensive this gets. On a much smaller, more budget-friendly scale, they showed off their Dinobots from their AMK Mini line. This is the Pro series in the Mini line, so these are a little bit more detailed. Also, funny enough, like they're actually like, look at this. They're using the Diaclone pilot chair in Grimlock, even though that's not something they needed to include. And it's a little wheelie figure, which is a fantastic use of that design. So we see Sludge, we see Snarl, we see Slag's tired. he's had a busy day. And then there is Swoop. Swoop, interestingly enough, in Diaclone red. Well, toy accurate red, I should say. Diaclone would be blue, which is how we ended up with blue in the cartoon. Yeah, funny choice, but it's Yolo Park. They'll likely do the opposite versions as well. These seem to be more geared toward the toys with the translucent necks and the silver paint jobs. Yeah, it doesn't look like these are going to robot mode. It looks like you're just buildable kits of them in dino mode, which is definitely a little bit of variety. I will give it that. And they spend so much time in beast mode, you might as well. You might as well. All right, let's take a look. We have a very, very poor image, but a usable image of the next Defender version series from Blokees. Your starring figures are going to be Super Megatron and Star Optimus Prime, which is a pretty good pair to use. Your special armor versions, because there's always super rare chase versions. Your Optimus Prime is getting, looks like to be more of the weaponry and almost like, looks like blast effects that were more associated with his Titan toy. Whereas on Super Megatron, it looks you're getting a lot of upgrades that are akin to Ultra Megatron, which makes sense. There's also standard versions of them, along with metallic variants you could also get. You also can get Star Optimus Prime's base and base mode and Super Megatron's vehicle mode as little figures. You have Beast Mode Swoop, which I think will complete your little tiny Dinobots at this point. And then fascinating choices. Like, we got stuff that's like cool, RC Drift, Wingblade. That's really cool choices. We have a glittering smokescreen, which means translucent, which I guess for his abilities it makes sense to have one is harder to see. Shatterglass Goldbug is interesting. Tarn is more interesting. Sky Gary is the most interesting. Sky Gary is getting a brand new toy. That's wild, even if it is just like a super tiny little figure. And those Defenders have been a great way of getting like really weird, obscure characters that don't normally get toys anymore. I have Universe Nemesis Prime on my desk because of it. I have Beast Wars 2nd Galvatron before the giant one comes out on my desk in these tiny little forms thanks to this line. And I love that they go deep diving like that. But then again, if you're going to do Star Optimus, it makes sense to put a little bit of Battle Stars in there too. I'm surprised they just kept the name Sky Gary. They didn't change it at all. More on the Blokees front, we have Series 4 of their Wheels line, so we get to see what this one is going to be. So, an Astro Train that already looks pretty good. Excuse me. Astro Train already looks pretty good. Sound Blaster from Animated, complete with Guitar Ratbat. Love to see that. Here's the whole lineup, though. We have what they're calling Titanium Edition Bumblebee, which looks more like Classics. And you see the normal Classics one below it in the white. You have Soundwave from Animated, Ironhide from G1, Full Tilt for your Triptychons. Wheeljack is in here, Trax is in here, Road Grabber of all figures. Like, are you Road Grabber's got a new toy? I love the craziness of it. I love it. Jazz, Ratchet, Astro Train, which we saw, Cliff Jumper again in the Classics color scheme, and Impactor. I love these super weird random things. I love that it's the black variation from oh god, what line redid that toy with black? Was that Universe 2.0? I can't remember. But it's weird that that's like the cover one, not the white one that's more well known, because that's Classics Bumblebee. But still, cool choices. Oh, and I didn't even mention the Bug Bite. I didn't even mention the Bug Bite. Oh well. So, these are weird. We're at the end of the video, which means we get all the weird ones out. Okay, so IDCK has released these officially licensed Transformers suction cup figures. Which, okay, not too bad a sculpt for like simple little like cheap collectible toys, right? So, you got your good lineup here. It's 4 standard, it's your 5 standard Autobots, 3 Decepticons. It's the big 3 of the Decepticons. But they have suction cups for hands and feet. And they are very articulated so that you can move them around and stick them onto windows, stick them onto surfaces, on your desk, on your refrigerator, wherever flat surfaces can be found. It's a super weird little toy gimmick, but you know what? It's fine. It's completely harmless, inoffensive, and it's a fun way of sticking some Transformers in places you don't normally get to have them. So, you know what? Yeah, I'll accept this as just a goofball idea. LDCX, before someone corrects me. It's like, I read the URL where a capital I and a lowercase l are the same. And if you thought that was weird, we have this to wrap us off. So this is the Pop and Wiggle Bendies blind boxes. These were actually just found at US retail. Like a lot of these weird little random lines, we had no idea this was on the way. Looks like we're getting Optimus Prime, Megatron, Soundwave, Grimlock, Optimus Primal, Shockwave, and Starscream. Yeah, and it's literally just what it says. It's just an extendable, like, little mecha neck kind of gimmick. It's just that extendable plastic tube. Oh, it's such a weird idea. You know what? Someone's gonna love it. Someone's gonna love it. And that is going to be the end of a very long news roundup. So thank you very much for watching. I need to go rest my everything now. And then tomorrow, I guess we'll, if I've recovered in time, we'll talk about MetroCon. So stay tuned for that. And as always, I will see you next time.
Hello everyone, I am Astral Agent Magnetar, a Tokusatsu VTuber, and I am streaming 4 times a week over on Twitch, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday afternoons, and a special late night one on late Friday/early Saturday. So come watch, come hang out, and let's make an impact together.